What is up, everybody? Two Boys and Some Bricks here, back with another LEGO Star Wars video. And in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the new Millennium Falcon Microfighter Series 8. Apologize you guys can't see that, but that is Series 8 January Wave Microfighter right there. I apologize, this review is a little late. I am acknowledging that. I know that for a fact. I just have not been able to get YouTube to work, and it didn't like me for the past month or two, but we got it fixed, so more videos are coming out, and I hope you guys will enjoy them. But back to the set here. This is a nice microfighter for $10 in the US. It has 101 pieces, is recommended for ages 6 and up, and just looks like a pretty nice set that you can just pop in between two little sets on your shelf. And that's basically what I'm doing right now. I pop it in one of my little shelves and it just becomes a nice little background icon. But you do get a nice looking Han Solo there. Looks very dashing, and he does have two faces, which I will get to in a bit. But mainly focusing on the box here, it shows off the Han Solo in the microfighter, which looks very cool. You can get a feel of what it is when the box is opened and there's everything inside. But there's a thumb tab which you can press on to open up the box. There are stud shooters, and there is Han Solo's second face as opposed to the angry one we see on the front. But this is the January microfighter and the March microfighter. I may try to get this microfighter because I haven't gotten a microfighter since 2014. So now that I'm getting microfighters, they're sort of hyping me up. I'm like, oh wow, these are much better than they were before. I had one of those big, fat X-Wing things. It did not look great, but the figure was decent though. But I'm definitely going to collect both of those. And this box does seem to show off the Tatooine docking bay. And obviously, since the Millennium Falcon's so small, it can't fill the whole docking bay. But it does say LEGO Star Wars on both sides. There's a couple explosions in midair with TIE fighters, and they should probably make a microfighter TIE fighter for the next microfighter this year. So please do another TIE fighter microfighter, LEGO. But it's got a Disney logo, and it's a new Series 8 logo, which I haven't mentioned before. And on the sides, it says Series 8 Microfighters, because this has a new series which I'm actually quite excited for. I wonder what they're going to do more in Series 8. But on the box is just more labels, and do not eat this awesome toy. It's a barcode, and you have a real-life Han Solo minifig picture here, and it says actual size. But yeah, it's a very nice looking box, and it surprised me when I saw it for the first time on the store shelves. But yeah, let's get on with the dashing Han Solo. And here is the one, the only minifigure in this awesome microfighter, and my personal favorite microfighter that I've ever gotten. But I've only had two, so it doesn't really mean much. But here is the scoundrel of the universe, Han Solo, and he looks very, very nice in this minifigure form. And I think this is the newest Han Solo that I own to this point in my LEGO collection. But probably by the next video I'll have a new one. But I find one flaw with most of LEGO's figures. This shirt color is supposed to be the same on the inside as it is on the outside. It's not the same, LEGO. What are you doing wrong there? I've clearly seen how you guys can fix the skin, because look, that's supposed to be his skin there. I don't think Han Solo has two different skin tones, or is robot. But also the shirt needs to be the same color. I mean, the more I look at it, the more I get used to it. But still, it's nothing on the back, but on the front, that's where everyone's going to be looking at this figure. So you gotta fix that. But speaking of the arms, you've got some nice white hands there, and you have a little pistol that he holds and usually carries with him, and a very nice belt here with the straps going over to his holster, which he does not have in this set, but it was a nice addition in Cloud City. And on the back, we will have the back of his leather jacket there, or vest, I should say. And he has a nice smiley face, which I appreciate, because looks like Han Solo's happy, which he usually isn't unless they blow up the Death Star. But he's got this nice long hair, which I originally did not like when they first introduced this to the LEGO Star Wars theme, but it's kind of grown on me over the past couple years. I've started looking at LEGO Star Wars and thinking, wow, that hair is actually, it's more accurate now that I rewatched the movies over quarantine. You know how that goes. But around the back, we can take off the head to reveal the second face, which is a more stern face than the smiling, happy face. But it's still a good face, because if you're doing stop motion, you're going to want as many faces as possible. But I don't do stop motion anymore. But this is a very nice Han Solo. It is very accurate to the films, which is why I like this Microfighter so much. And these new figures get more accurate and more detailed every year with LEGO. Some years they're the most bland figures ever, like 2009 Clone Wars figures. But this figure is by far one of the most accurate Han Solos I've ever seen in a LEGO Star Wars set. And especially for a $10 Microfighter, this just might be worth the money for the figure. And here is the Microfighter itself, and it is a pretty good build. I mean, at first glance, doesn't look like a Microfighter. It looks like the Millennium Falcon. And my personal favorite part about this set is the back. I mean, just look at how they mastered those engines there. And if you're wondering how they did that, they used this hinge technique to make it nice and round and very movie accurate. But there's a little mismatch every once in a while, which is good because the Millennium Falcon isn't fully matching. It's not symmetrical. But I do not remember the red plates in the middle back here in the movies. And I know because I've built this in Minecraft and I've had to go through every single individual panel. So, other than that, this is very, very accurate. And the seating is very professionally integrated into the mini build here, because all you can do is really just sit him in there, but it looks so much better than if I were to build that. I mean, honestly, I'm not the greatest mini build builder, but then I'm even worse at trying to put a seat in it. But it looks amazing with him in it, and it really just finishes off the Microfighter aspect to the set. But you've got the only play features are these stud shooters on the top to simulate the two turrets on the top of the Millennium Falcon. However, they are not on the bottom. There's just some inverted tiles here. But to fire them off, you just need to press down on the gray tabs, and out they come. And you can go pick those up, and you reload them and shoot them back however many times you want. But you only get one extra in the set instead of two. I would have liked two, but, you know, they can only do so much in a great set. But around the sides, there is some nice greebling there with the barrels and then the sideways clips, which is actually copied on the other side here. But it's a very nice set, and they even have the docking port, which you can pry off to reveal that it's not using snot. I mean, it uses snot to connect the bridge plate, but not the docking port there. But this is a very nice set, and you've even got the black little vents on the back and the fins on the rear of the Falcon as well. And the satellite dish, I'm kind of curious as to why they put that stud there, because you could have just taken the satellite dish, tear off the stud, and then place the little faucet piece on it and that would look much better. And I'm not sure why they did that, but you know, they did it, so it doesn't really bother me too much. Still paid for it. But you do have the 2 vents. There's actually 4 vents on the front of the Falcon, but you know, it's super small. They can't do much. But you do get 1 extra, and I would recommend taking that extra from the set if you have the set already and placing it on the stud there, because that represents the blast marks on the Falcon from a TIE fighter attack, which is actually there in the movies and pictures. But you've got some nice floodlights on the front and look very nice. I wish they could make tiny Lego studs that lit up, or at least made this glow-in-the-dark studs, because that would have made this set 100% perfect. But there's little things that we can do to change everything. And you've got, I'm not sure why they left the studs open on this. They could have fixed a couple things with this. Like, why is there a windshield on the top of the Falcon? But I think that's for the Microfighter theme, so it looks like it's a cockpit, but souped up, I suppose. But yeah, overall, this is a very, very great set. But should you spend $10 of your hard-earned money to buy set number 75295 Millennium Falcon Microfighter? That is pretty much relative. You can do whatever you want with your own money, and I don't mind. But if you're asking for my opinion on it, from a displayer's point of view, this may not be the greatest idea to buy, because you want something that can stand out, so people like, wow, that's a pretty good display, if you know what I mean. So that you may not want to be buying this for a display aspect, but if you're collecting Microfighters, this would make a great, and I mean great, addition to your Microfighter collection. And I mean, for $10, Microfighters are a great kickstart to start a Lego Star Wars collection. So if you're maybe thinking about it, you could try this. And I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure this set would get me started on collecting Lego Star Wars, because if all sets are like this, which most of them are, I'd be collecting Lego Star Wars till I die, which I probably will be. So I'm probably gonna go broke. But that's my 2 cents. Hope you guys are gonna have an awesome day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.